just gonna do the intro. Hey everybody, we're back after a week off that we deserved, I think.
Just a week. I think we deserve more. Maybe like 3 years off or something like that. Yeah, right.
I mean, we've been doing it for 3 years, so we could do 3 years of work and then 3 years of nothing, right?
Hasn't it been more than 3 years? Just like between me and you.
It feels like it.
God damn it.
I think it's gonna be 5 years next year.
Fuck.
Is it? No, that can't be right.
Not 5. 4 maybe.
4.
Or yeah, maybe 5. Shit. What year is it? Yeah, okay.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Wait, does that mean we're the longest running?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Wait, how long did
Shit.
Alphaism Radio go on?
Well, Alphaism Radio technically is still going from what people say. It happens whenever Ski or Bunk want to do it.
I heard it actually technically really got canceled for a little while because Bunkai didn't want to do it anymore, but now they've kind of occasionally done it every once in a while.
Yeah. Oh yeah, with us, Chris, we started in 2011.
2011. Holy shit.
And that's when you were doing it on...
We did it on eLive.
That's...
Yeah.
And then,
I remember that.
And then Chris and I took it, we started doing bits on Twitch. We added Anthony, and then we added you two, and then, yeah, it's, here we are.
All right,
it's still just as bad as it was before.
We managed to justify 5 years of nonsense.
Quality by adding us. You might have fucked up there.
Look, we never intended on starting this show to, like, you know, have quality or a substance of any kind. It was just supposed to be me and Hell Pockets just venting.
Like, we were literally
I was about
radio.
to say, this show really just started as you guys talking shit on the KOF scene.
Yeah.
Well, it was not just the KOF scene. It was everything, but mainly the KOF scene.
Like, I was talking shit about NorCal because we weren't stepping up to the plate in KOF, and that got a bunch of those guys upset. So... yeah, it was just kind of everything.
Yeah, and it was great because I was also talking shit about NorCal because fuck NorCal. You see how that works? They're fucking great.
But you're
the
from
lost
NorCal.
member of SDR, Metaphysics.
Yeah, Metaphysics and Knock. What happened to those losers? God damn it.
They're still in the call. Whenever they show up, they can be on the show.
They are technically still in the call, but neither of them are ever online, so it doesn't really matter.
These guys have lives and jobs and shit now.
Hey,
wow.
they're still real to me.
I don't know. I mean, one guy's name is Metaphysics. Think about that for a moment.
That's deep.
So, like, he's not really here?
No. And then the other guy is Nocturnal. I mean, I'm pretty
consistently
sure he's
ponder
not
whether
on the
he is
daytime.
really here or not.
The meta's too strong.
It is.
But I think we actually have a lot of shit to talk about this week because we missed a lot of stuff last week, some stuff we would normally be talking about, and then a lot of stuff decided to happen this week as well.
Really? What did we miss, Chris?
What did we miss? Biggest, of course, would be the Jam Loki test, which, you know, they kind of just announced that the day before, which is fine, you know. Everybody got to watch people play Jam, and apparently she's massively different than before.
So she's bad, right?
No, she's not even bad.
It's apparently bad from what people are saying.
I don't think she's... well, I don't know. I haven't played her, so I can't say.
I don't know anything about the rest of the character, but a lot of the news coming out of the location test is that Perry's pretty bad now.
Perry is bad. I've seen that. I don't think it's going to be... well, I mean, like it was really used the way it was supposed to be used before, but I expect it just to be, you know, if they're going to use it, they're going to use it for those sweet follow-ups, if they're even any good.
That's the problem. They're not.
Oh, no! Why would you do this?
So, apparently, the different follow-ups just are not very strong. There's actually details. I think it's Greater Fernman translated some of the Japanese players talking about Perry and its problems right now. So, yeah. That, I don't know how bad that'll hurt Jam overall, but it will definitely hurt a lot of players who really relied on Perry.
Yeah.
And apparently you can't parry cancel anymore. Like, you can't parry cancel.
That's all bummers, because, like, they wouldn't added, like, the follow-up, so they were, like, basically saying, hey, here's parry, and we made it easier for you to punish somebody afterwards. But it sucks.
Yeah.
Oh well, I guess that's fair. It's better than having like AC6H, right? They didn't give that back to her.
Yeah. Yeah, that move is gone forever, thank God.
Nobody wanted that to come back. Even I didn't want that to come back.
So, what are the supers she has? She has like the what?
She
the
has the
typical...
big energy ball.
Okay, so she does still have that. Does she have the upward pillar supers?
Yeah.
No, the damn thing crashed again. Bear with us real quick, folks.
Chris is gone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Okay, I'm back. It's just the Skype is fucking shit.
So there's no audio coming from Chris at all.
There isn't?
Oh wait, I think we're back.
Chris, you back?
Yeah, I'm back. You hear me?
Cool. All right.
All right.
Are we dead? Are we still dead?
I mean,
we're always
alive.
dead.
I think
yeah.
we've got another
Go
15
on,
minutes
carry
before
on.
it decides to do it again. Hurry up, let's
No,
go.
I was going to
Cut off
say that. What?
I don't know where you cut off at when we were.
Yeah, I have no idea where I cut off either, to be honest with you.
I think it's when you said
about-
boners.
Something about supers.
Oh, well, yeah, that explains why we got cut off.
I remember Tony talking about pillar super.
So small changes during the Loke test for Jam. They've nerfed backdashes for Johnny and Jacko because apparently Johnny's backdash was ridiculous. But mostly they're just doing a lot of bug fixing. I don't know if Jam will be overhauled again by the end of this or not. So I do know that we're getting Revelator in spring 2016.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Whoop.
You know,
Which-
it'll actually be interesting to see if they do touch Jam, because right now the biggest complaint that people have is she doesn't have any anti-air.
Yeah, a couple people have been saying that.
So 6P is slower, 2H is different, and parry sucks as an anti-air, because if they air dash and land behind you, and the follow-ups don't autocorrect.
That's likely.
So that's a problem.
That's
Yeah,
really nice.
and we already know that they fixed her once because she didn't have throw proration on RCs.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll fix her again.
I don't know.
I hope so.
Here's
I mean,
hoping for Jam players. I mean, I'm not.
I would like to have a
I
working
think it's going to be
alternate.
interesting because I assume most of us figured that the game would be coming out around that April-May area of next year. At least I did. And the questions I have, of course, are we going to be doing a rebalance of the game when the character poll character comes out?
When does that end?
It hasn't started, apparently.
Oh wow.
Whoop.
See, I don't even know, like, the time frame between it. So, yeah.
Well, I mean,
And if we're not getting a change then, are we going to get a change for console? Because we did for Xrd. So, would they wait until after EVO for that? Would we even be able to play the game at EVO? Because right now it's only been announced for Japanese consoles. Like, there's a lot of questions.
well, that's another interesting thing too, because since it's on
Well,
PS3,
when the last Japanese release came out, didn't the American release come not too long after, like 2 weeks or so?
Yeah, it was 2 weeks. So,
I'm sure we'll see more when Tokyo Game Show starts, coming out.
yeah,
They're probably a
I
little
hope
more
that we get a similar release, like 2 weeks, because from what I've heard, the US release of BlazBlue tanked, like, awful.
Oh wow.
And I think that's because everybody who wanted to buy the game already just imported it.
That's true.
yeah, they got to start handing out.
And
some
they got to
incentives.
do it months ago. So just having that long of a layover between the releases is just death.
I don't think they can hear me.
Yeah, I don't know, especially with like the way
This is like,
games are.
if it doesn't crash,
obviously
it's
with the
fine.
internet and the ease of buying games from other regions these days, there definitely needs to be more an emphasis on a worldwide release if they really want, a game to be successful in whatever area.
Fucking Skype, man.
Yeah, I feel like we've gotten to a point where when you have systems that are region free, and we obviously everybody in the
Having a
world talks
conversation
about a
with
global
myself.
economy.
I can hear Paul, but Paul can't
You're
hear
not
me.
going to stop people from importing these games.
Exactly. I mean, even then, like, even if, let's say, I couldn't play it on my American console, there's nothing stopping me from buying a Japanese one and being able to do it,
Yeah.
Especially with, like, the internet and not just being able to buy on the internet, but,
Fuck the internet!
eventually just, meet people or someone moves over there and be like, hey, could you hook me up? I'll pay or whatever. There's always a way to get around these sort of things. And I guess it always kind of has, but it's just kind of getting even easier these days because of digital media. So, I feel like, maybe business plans need to like change a bit, or like you do a worldwide release and then you have a localization patch that comes out down the line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, we made it and it's in Japanese, but go ahead and buy it, and you can get the English in like a couple weeks or like a month or two. But you can still play the game as it is now.
Which is kind of what the case was for Gear, because all the menus were in English.
Yeah.
So anything relevant that you needed to do to play, like, you just had on hand. Like, I would definitely wait like a couple of weeks,
Yeah,
months,
like
whatever.
obviously, if you wanted the story, okay, it's that's cool. It sucks that you can't get to play it from out of the box, but the gameplay, hey, you could just go ahead and play, and we'll make all the things, like all the functions that work. It seems like a simple business plan. And then just like later, oh, here's the update that gives you 10 extra languages or something like that.
That seems really simple to me, too.
Yeah.
Just push out a patch in one region that is basically like the English translation or, the Spanish translation or just any whatever translation. So.
Motherfucking thing switched my input.
Hello.
Wait, what did you do?
The motherfucking Skype, after it crashed, it switched my input to stereo mix. I'm like, what?
Holy shit, I hate you, Chris.
How would I know that it never did? Anyway, continue. Pretend ignore me.
No, it's fine.
We already had to because we couldn't hear you.
It's still got everything else that was said outside of Chris, so that's fine.
There was definitely a point where we just left some dead air for what we assumed was your input.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Hopefully you talked during those 30 seconds.
I mean, it's like, it's pretty much the same thing. I'm either silent or I'm swearing anyway, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. I can't disagree with that. Well, since everybody else heard your opinions, but we didn't, quickly summarize.
I was just going to point out, the PS3's release for Revelator is potentially going to cause some issues with setting up tournaments, because obviously next year everybody's going to be playing on PS4 most likely, with the advent of Street Fighter V, Mortal Kombat X being on Xbox One already. There's really no reason to use PS3s or pretty much anything else. So are they going to make an allowance just for Revelator? Or are people going to have to play on PS4 and experience the issues that you get with playing with PS4 that have been well documented in recent months? So that, of course, is a little strange. I think it's even more strange with Sony being behind Exart, at least in Japan, that they wouldn't use it to push the PS4 some more, like they did with Street Fighter 4 and what they're doing with Street Fighter 5.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, what was it? I think it was a E3 or whatever. They were just talking about, like, they talked about Gear very briefly, but they said, like, look, it's a game that you can play multi-platform with each other on the same network. Isn't that cool, guys? And it really was. I really enjoyed the fact that you play PS3 and PS4 cross-platform, even if it is the same company. But, I don't know. It's weird. I don't really know what to think about the whole situation. It's just like...
No, I appreciate that they're holding on to the cross-platform play. And, I want, event organizers to hold on to their PS3s for Revelator, because it's going to get good numbers, I believe. But it's pretty much the last game on old-gen console. Like, even Blaze was going to Xbox One.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's gonna become the odd man out. It's almost like we're gonna force ourselves to play it on PS4, I guess, right?
I mean, there's probably going to be PS4 standard anyways. Hopefully things will get fixed by the time it rolls out.
Yeah.
But, we'll see. It's always a we'll see.
Yeah, exactly.
Because who knows how PS3 Revelator is going to play, too, It'd be like, yeah, it runs better than the other game, but it also lags balls compared to the PS4 version when you have, like, 5 minions on screen or some shit.
Yeah, see? I didn't say it this time. That Alex is going to choke you.
Whatever.
Yeah, so that's something that could potentially be a problem. And maybe they'll make it, like, extra shitty so that, we're spurred to pay more money. And oh no, Paul crashed.
Oh dear.
I think Monique pulled the plug. Oh man. So yeah, that was my input. I didn't really have much else to say on it other than that.
Well, I'm curious as to if you think that do you think that, like, we're talking about the balance patches and stuff like that, do you think it'll get changed for a console, or will the changes come out later on console, or will just kind of be as is for a while?
Honestly, I think right now the safest thing for them to do is put it on, like, make the changes for console. I don't know when they're gonna do it, but they've already shown that, at least for Exert, they are, that the console is going to be the cutting edge version, basically.
Right.
Unless they decide to do arcade edition for whatever reason, which I don't think they will, because that was a horrible idea when it first happened. Yeah, I think it's going to be on console, and I think by spring we might have a different version of the game. But the problem with that would be, it's not really a problem either. Like, are people really going to be mad that they didn't get to play, like, Exard 1.1 with Johnny and Jam and Jacko? Or do they want rebalance,
Yeah, I'd imagine that people would want things to be somewhat different anyways.
Yeah, it just seems kind of pointless, like, especially if it's a disc game and they want us to pay another $60. Like, it seems kind of funny when you go out of your way to not update the game and just add 3 characters and say, yeah, there was that's like, DLC is basically $15 each. That's $45. Where's the extra $15 coming from?
Right.
Story mode?
I guess. See, now that's another thing. They're going to have to, like, update the story mode. It's going to have to be a completely different game. And that's why I think Exard is going to be a completely console-driven game, despite it having drawn First Blood on arcade.
You think so?
I think so.
Do you think that you'll have to pay for the whole new thing? Because I'm just thinking...
Yeah? You think it's going to be DLC?
There might be, like, an upgrade.
It's kind of a massive overhaul visually, at least.
I guess so, yeah.
Like, they can definitely make the case that this needs to be on disc media and it needs to have a full update. And I think Paul is stuck in the Skype friend zone.
Friend zone doesn't exist.
What is it? The dead zone. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
You mean like with what's it called?
Garlic
Dragon
Jr.?
Ball?
Yeah,
and all of them.
I want him here for when I expound upon my recent insanities related to that.
I mean, we could just go on to the one topic that Paul won't even chime in on.
I mean, hopefully he can hear us, right?
I mean, like, I'm pretty sure he's just gonna hear. We're gonna talk about Night War and him just be like, time to go grab a beer. I don't care.
Oh no, that is a good point. So Night War apparently crushing all of its goals. I know I say we tend to be a little funny about, like, crowdfunding and everything, but I'm really happy that there's a lot of people that want to see this made.
Like, so for anyone that hasn't been caught up, so Night War is a game being put out by Joe Mad and his team of goons, who Chris will tell you made the Darksiders games, and it's based off the Battle Chasers IP, which was a comic book that was notorious for never being on time. With one of the issues, I think, actually having a multiple year gap. In between.
Now that's a time jump.
so it's one of those things that like finally, I think a decade after the last issue was released, and it was like cliffhanger, by the way. We're finally getting more Battle Chasers content, but it's Joe Mad. And
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you've burned us before. Like,
Exactly.
Either by your own laziness or decisions in life where you suddenly decided you didn't want to do comics and you wanted to do video games, and when you did video games, things went awry, and then we're kind of left with like, hey, we really like your work, but we get nothing.
Now I'm Prune Tracy.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Take that.
Wait, what? I think I missed something here.
I mean, all right, oh, basically, like Joe Mad is a man who's worn very many. Fuck! It crashed again. Damn it! I was gonna explain that joke so well. That's fine. Everybody's like. Everybody's dead anyway. There's 122 people here watching this fucking Skype crash. Get Skype on Twitter and tell them to fix this shit. Oh my god. We'll fucking get it. I'm not giving up.
Well,
Hello.
All around amazing night so far.
Hold on. All right, they're doing that shit again. All right, there we fucking
Hey,
shit.
Chris, you back?
Is Paul here?
Wait, now I can hear you guys.
Hey,
All right,
done.
yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Behold,
So-
I am the singularity.
Okay, just so you know, what you missed out on so far is that apparently John Madden, the football guru guy, is making a video game based on some shit.
Dick facers.
Yeah, Dick Facers. And yeah, it was, carry on, everyone. Go
I
on.
was gonna say Joe Mad is a guy who has worn very many hats, and not all of them have been gainfully employed. Sometimes it's kind of weird how he makes his decisions. Like, as we all know, he started the Darksiders franchise and then decided to leave it right before it got massively popular. And as he'll tell you, there were some creative differences. Apparently there were some money issues too, and that's not too hard to believe considering what happened right after the game came out. With Activision, right? Visual Games ended up tanking because their parent company went under, and those guys are all over the fucking place right now. Oh yeah, speaking of which, Alex, apparently
that was THQ, wasn't it?
yeah, it was THQ. Sorry,
Yeah.
but speaking of which, apparently Visual Games started their own company called Gunfire Games, and they're going to be working with Nordic Games to put out the remixed version of Darksiders 2. And they're gonna, I guess, there's some other guys on that team are gonna be working with Joe Mad to make Battle Chasers. So
I mean, it's one of those things that I want to be super excited for. Like, I just want to be like a kid in the candy store and be like, yo, I want to try this, I want to try that, I want to try that. But it's Joe Mad.
yeah,
Like, Jesus. Joe Mad is like, he's like your comic book dad that said, I'm going to go for a pack of smokes. And then just
it never came back. And he
never came back.
left with your 650K.
Yeah.
Here's
Which
the
is
thing.
great. It's like, what, they met their goal in like 3 days?
Yeah, 3 days, and they're meeting stretch goals like continuously, and and the weird part is the stretch goals aren't really that impressive. I would say it just looks like content that should already be in the game, and it
Yeah.
probably would be anyway. But
And the thing that's really impressive is, as it looks right now, it's like, if you guys are this far along, this looks great already. Like, the backgrounds look great, the character model looks great. They seem to have a really fleshed out idea for how they want this RPG system that they've kind of cobbled together from other ideas to work. And it's like, I really want to be excited.
no, I know, man. I know. I'm right there with you. Like, you want to be like, go and support this game, but at the same time, this might be, because of Joe Mad, it might be the first high-profile Kickstarter that doesn't actually happen. At least, maybe not in the way it intended to happen. I don't know. There's been some funny things surrounding this guy. And
Yeah, it could end up being like the Kickstarter where it's like, it started off as a comic, went to a video game that got kickstarted, and now is a virtual reality headset.
it's fucking... Oh,
Like,
man.
Jesus, man.
I just want him to stick something through. I think it'll be good for him. I think it's been a while since he's actually been able to see a project through to the end. So, if he can finish the game, then I think it'll make him happier.
I'm looking forward. to maybe looking forward to it.
I'm about to say, you almost said it.
You're
Man.
looking forward to something that might not happen.
Well,
Yeah,
what I gather is you guys are saying this man is extremely unreliable and doesn't finish projects?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
And people are donating how much to him? Or how much are they supposed to donate to him?
Of a $500,000 goal, they are over $600,000 right
yeah.
now.
Okay, so what you're telling me is people are stupid.
People have
I mean,
faith,
he's a
man.
comic creator. You know, it happens.
I don't like where this is going.
Well, it's like
Oh,
you
yeah,
think like it's like he can't lie to us 3 times, can he?
Yes, he can.
Yeah.
That's what the boy who cried wolf did.
I mean,
Well, the thing is that we're getting the game, but I don't know if he's ever said if we're ever going to get issue 10. Like, because that was back in 2001.
Look,
I mean,
there's
you
still
get to
time.
play through issue 10, man.
I mean, okay.
We all know this isn't issue 10. This is like some bullshit side quest that he just cobbled together. And it might be a good story, but it probably won't have any bearing on the original story. But on the bright side, if this is big enough, he might actually restart the book. I can see that happening. Or at the same time as Joe Bad, I can see him totally fucking off with the money he made and never talking again.
Actually, you might have just predicted the course of events here, where the game gets funded, it comes through fruition, and then he decides to relaunch Battle Chasers all the way through 10, gives us cliffhanger 11, and then decides he doesn't want to do comics anymore.
That's not gonna happen. None of this is gonna happen. You people, it's like SNK. They're not coming back. Just stop. You're
Hey,
only
they
hurting
never
yourself.
left. What are you talking about? Look at those sick-ass patchy sluts.
They said they were coming back.
SNK thinking they're dilated peoples. Back again. Nah.
Realistically speaking, both of them have, like, you know, a very lucrative position. They're both in a very lucrative position where if they just say anything is happening, people are just like, ah, yes, you know.
Well, the kind of, sort of, maybe, I don't know, not on topic. SNK has never said what's happening, ever.
No, I know.
So people that are saying dumb shit like, oh, you know, if SNK at least just said what's going on, they have a history of not saying shit.
Oh yeah, they don't talk to us.
Okay. Outside of what the early years of the Neo Geo, they didn't say shit. People on I read people on Twitter, my friends on Twitter saying, "Oh, you know, all SNK needs to do is just talk about an upcoming project like they used to." Motherfuckers, they never did this shit. Shut the fuck up, all right?
Wait, who said that?
My friends.
Oh, okay.
Our friends. There you go.
All
Our
right,
friends.
all right. Just making sure because I was
Yeah.
like, wait, what?
But speaking of new projects, let's talk about Street Fighter V for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Because not only did we get a new character over the weekend, there are rumors we're getting a new character tonight.
What the fuck? Really?
Yeah, Tokyo Game Show basically is starting, and there is going to be a presser tonight. I believe it's at 12 midnight West Coast time.
That's right.
So
think,
there definitely could be another character tonight.
Well,
so
speaking
since
of
they're in Japan, I think they're gonna reveal Ryu.
Wow,
yeah.
what a dickhead!
No, I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna reveal like malnourished Ryu. Like that's what they're gonna
Malnourished Ryu. Oh,
Because-
we had sexy Ryu. Now we have looks like Paul Ryu.
do. Yeah. There you go.
I mean,
What if we just get like Hot Ryu, but he's wearing flannel, but it's like not buttoned up all the way, and he also brought you a latte along with the one he got for
Oh,
himself.
Seattle Ryu.
Yeah.
he's like wearing like an oversized beanie that comes halfway off his head and shit? Like,
Mhm.
dick.
Steve Ryu.
Oh wow, I wasn't gonna say
Oh,
it.
a
but-
tasty Ryu.
No, no.
Okay, joking
So
aside, though.
yeah, we did get a new character announcement. I'm really upset because once again, you know, it's a Middle Eastern character, and his name is not Mahmoud, but he's definitely Mahmoud. He is not as handsome Mahmoud, if you ask me, because you know the handsome Mahmoud's in Tekken.
That's true.
That man is very handsome.
But he looks
Yo,
really
Shaheen.
cool actually so far. I watched a little bit, and I'm actually interested in how this character is going to play.
I gotta say, he really highlights the fact that Street Fighter V so far has been pretty much anti-zoner, so that's pretty cool.
He has tornadoes that reflect your projectiles.
Yep.
Big tornado?
Big tornado. He's got autocorrect dive kick.
I
Mm.
mean, that looks
That's
cool,
the
right?
one thing that gives me pause. I have to be
Well,
completely
somebody's
honest.
always said that they tested it out, and it's really bad on block.
Well, that's good.
Like, even if you hit it
Yeah,
deep.
it's not a willy-nilly move. It's like, oh, did you dodge something and swing? Well, they blocked it. Yep, your ass.
Well, that's good. I like that. But I like the way he seems to move fast around the screen, which is cool. I like the use of the tornado stuff. Yeah, so far so good. I can't really hate.
I would think his aesthetic is a little cartoony.
I mean, it is. It's. I don't. The scouter is really bad. Like,
yeah, what is that
he's
shit?
checking everybody's power levels.
There's been like no explanation for it.
No, there isn't. He just has just a green like piece of glass over one eye for something.
Whatever.
I'm just hoping he has like an assistant named like
It's like a bald dude.
Zoppo or something. He's just asking. It's like what's asking him what the bald guy named Zoppo. What's that scouter say?
Oh my god.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure that thing on his eye is just like GPS. He has no idea where he's going.
Oh,
I've told you the story about Mahmoud and directions, right?
Oh, he's a software
I
designer?
don't need to go into this again.
Apparently, the one thing somebody pointed out is, how on the versus screen of the characters, it'll say like, their usual stats like height, weight, fighting style. There's also a section there for like the likes, how they always have characters have likes and dislikes. So the screenshot somebody took is M. Bison likes world domination. Rashid likes movies and his friends. He's just trying to kick it, man. Like,
So you mean to tell me he's basically got Google Glass on his face? He's just watching movies while he's fighting?
He's just watching
He's a
Netflix and
glasshole?
chilling.
Yeah.
it's like could we hold this fight off for a moment? I'm watching the latest TED Talks.
Wow.
This girl, she created a cure for cancer. She's 17. Please stop the fighting. Just please, let's stop fighting. Let's
It's
just
like, look, I'm watching
You
this
said
TED
the
Talk.
TED Talks, and I thought you were going to say TED 2.
No. No. It's like, look, man, could you not fight me right now? It's a TED Talk, and I think Ted is about to talk.
Damn. Ted's there.
Yeah, Ted's there.
God.
So Twitch died for a moment.
Twitch died
Yeah.
for a moment. See, this
Yeah.
time it wasn't my fault.
Oh yeah, this
everything's
time
working.
wasn't us. I'm paying attention to the stream, and I just saw the stream die, and seeing what people are saying in chat. Yeah, the stream definitely died. It's not you. It's Twitch.
We on local record?
Yeah, we're on local
Yeah,
record.
can
I mean,
we
might as
can
well
we
just
get
keep
Mike
going,
Ross
man.
on here? Where is he?
Mike, come on, Mike. You had to be on Facebook. You finally gotta come to the rescue.
I think that this is
Call Spooby.
a sign that we need to go watch the Niners game.
It's coming on too. Shit. Fuck.
This is a sign that clearly the problem with our stream today is that we're not playing Mario Maker because fucking everybody else is, and they've crashed Twitch.
Holy shit.
Look, I'm just gonna put this out. I'm so pissed off watching people play this game. Like some of
Just
these
how bad
levels,
they are?
yeah, some of these levels don't look very hard. Like don't get me wrong, there are some insane batshit levels there, but
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of these levels people are playing, they don't look difficult at all, and they're
Yeah.
dying every 2 seconds. Like, oh my god, this thing is so hard. Oh my god, this is the worst.
Like when Arturo was playing it last night, I was like, holy shit, this guy is so bad. He doesn't even use all the game mechanics that the game offers you. This is shit that he probably literally played when he was in his fucking like middle school years and shit.
Was it like
I'm talking-
1930?
No, it's like 91. Like fucking this bullshit is like you just spin jump on the goddamn thwomps and you'll bounce off, you dumb fuck. You say,
Yeah, you just want to
Why
yell,
do
you're
people
so
not-
bad. How are you so bad at Mario?
no, it's more like how have you been playing games so long? Your name is fucking Sabin, and you just have no gaming fundamentals whatsoever. You don't understand how this shit
Oh,
works.
no Mario footsies?
Hey, look, I'm serious.
It's not just art. I watched Trihex play it last night. Just get fucking bodied.
So-
That's what I was gonna
this
say.
is-
It's everyone. Like it's all these goddamn people playing, and everyone is horrible at it. And once again, it is not that these levels are difficult. It is that the people who are playing are bad.
Wait, so you're telling me that if we just sat these guys down in front of Super Mario World, they'd probably get bodied? Like
They would die.
They wouldn't
This
even make
is-
it off
no,
the first map.
You got to think about this. This is exactly like what the competition at E3 showed us. We had Cosmo right there, some dude who's like, "Oh, this guy's great at Wind Waker. He does all these tricks," and then he plays the game, and he's absolutely terrible at the game. He's trash, goddamn
wait.
garbage. He doesn't understand how
He
things.
made it to finals though, didn't he?
Yeah.
Think
And
about
he's-
that. He made it to finals, and then he didn't make any progression from there. He just stayed in the same room, dying over and over and over. Wow.
The thing is, these people that are good at these games are good because they play a lot of this one game. They don't actually know how games work. They have no gaming fundamentals or like any sort of thing to fall back upon. There's no actual thought or like trial and error. It's more like, oh, I died again. Oh, I better keep going and keep dying at the same spot. Man, what happened? It's like they don't evolve.
The
They don't
best
learn.
is
They
seeing them
don't
figure
evolve.
out. Like here, so Mr. Wizard put out a level. That's the main level I see people playing. there's a point where the beginning of the level starts out with 5 bullet bills flying at you in like, a stair formation. You're supposed to jump over the first set, and then you're supposed to corkscrew over the next set and go down. Okay, I see people definitely doing the corkscrew spin and jumping into a goddamn pit. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, you've done this 13 times in a row, and you know what to do.
That's some beautiful dude shit.
What? Why? How? Like, seriously, I don't. It's frustrating to watch. I don't have a Wii U. I don't intend on buying a Wii U, but I want to buy one just to show everyone how bad they are. That's all I want to do, and this is done. I don't like this.
It's just, yeah. You think that people would learn from like each mistake, and it's just like they just keep dying in the same places.
Yeah, and they're like, oh my god, this spot in particular where I've died 35 times is insanely difficult. Like, really, guy, come on, please stop.
There's a quote. It's fighting game related, but I think it's pretty apt. Where there was a discussion that I saw between people in stream chat, and someone's like, "Oh,
come on! Are you serious?" Fucking shit. At least the damn stream is working. Fuck. Son of a bitch.
Click that Discord link. Fire that stupid shit up.
Motherfucker.
Hey, looks like we've got Hell Pockets back, everyone. So here, in case you guys missed it, Lord Walkman has opinions on video games, possibly video game design, and possibly good and or bad design.
Not even necessarily design. Just like there are games that come out and people are just bad at them, right? And like I understand, some of these games are hard. They're like, oh man, look, I died again in Dark Souls, or Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance keeps kicking my ass. I keep getting blown the fuck out when I'm trying to do this shit. Fucking. I just keep getting surrounded by 20 guys and die. And I'm like, man, this is kind of...
Thank you, Chris, for laughing. Thank you.
Anyways, so I see this stuff, right? And I'm always so concerned. I'm like, man, maybe these games really are hard, So, I go and I play them myself, and I'm just like... I wonder how terrible I'm going to do. And I'm not perfect or anything, but I beat the game with relative ease, simply based on my own personal skill of knowing how to play games in general. And I'm just thinking, how are people having this much trouble with this game? It's not even that bad. Like, I understand that sometimes the damage could be a little unfair, but as long as you're just kind of, just aware, coherent enough to understand what's going on around you and when you need to do certain things, it's not hard to react to whatsoever. Oh, this guy's gonna do an unblockable move. Use your dodge roll. He's doing this. Just parry. Parry timing isn't even that hard. The camera's kind of bad, but God, these people are worse.
Did you just straight up say, like, do a barrel roll?
No, I said I'd do a dodge roll.
I mean, that's like the same thing, right?
Not quite. It's more like a jumping slash.
Oh, okay.
But you know what I'm trying to say?
Barrel roll.
I mean, even doing a barrel roll deflects bullets, much like Ninja Run. But I'm just thinking, like, do people really just go mash their face against the buttons and be like, "Man, I lost. I just hate this so much."
Well,
we can't just...
all right.
Yes.
I'm gonna put it to you this way.
This does actually happen. I've seen it, but not everybody.
I'm just gonna say, first of all, I was tempered in the flames of Kaizo Mario, so none of this shit affects me. Second of all, when we were all kids and our parents tried this shit out and they just couldn't do the most simplistic stuff and we gave them looks of utter disgust and disappointment, now that's us.
Afterwards.
That's us now. Or not so much us, but that's our generation now.
You can't even say that. I mean, there's so many people out there that are just bad at games.
Yeah, I really don't think it is the same thing, because my parents were ass at video games and I'm not. Like, there's a difference.
I mean, there is a difference, but I think that, like, they had games when they were growing up. Obviously, some people were in their 20s or even teens during the 70s, so they had at least some kind of background in gaming. And then when you know, Nintendo came out in the 80s, not all of them really took that well to it. I think it's just simply like you just get old and your mind doesn't really click the way it used to, and that's depressing in a way, you know?
I don't know. When I was born, there was an NES with like 40 games in my house, so like I was born into this shit, man. Like my dad had the games, and then my dad hated the games afterwards, saying I was wasting too much time on the games. It's like, Dad, you're the one who bought them. Now I'm playing them like all the time.
No, he was just mad because you were better than him. I don't know, shit.
I do remember back when I was younger, my dad couldn't beat Zelda, and then my brother figured it out and then beat it when he was like 5 or something, like 6 or 7. So that was kind of funny.
That's cool. I mean, my dad played video games too. Like, the biggest one was he loved Top Gun, even though that game was complete ass. And
Yo, you talking about Top Gun for the NES?
Yeah, he played the shit out of that, man.
Complete fucking garbage.
That is a terrible
played that
game,
and I actually like that game, even if I'm bad at that game.
Dude, everything about that game,
bad.
That game,
I literally don't think that game you can be good at. I think there's actually a random factor where you'll just crash trying to land every
quick
time.
aside, there's a video that I have on VHS that was Skip Rogers, Nintendo Master, telling you how to get the high score and everything, right? You know, we're talking the Surf Designs and all these other games, Master Blaster. And when he gets to the Top Gun segment...
Blaster Master!
I know.
Damn it.
Don't worry, Gibby, you're not the only one who gets really mad when people fuck that up.
So when he gets to the Top Gun segment, he seriously BS's his way through the explanation. Like, he's like, yeah, you know, there's maybe missiles that you're supposed to pick. I haven't figured out the right one. And then he's like, oh, and as far as landing the plane goes, good luck, because even I, Skip Rogers, Nintendo Master, couldn't do it.
Nice.
I guarantee that there is literally a random factor.
I mean, maybe, because I've definitely landed the plane before, like, a couple times, but not every time.
I landed the plane 100% of the time. And I killed everything in the plane.
I just fucking loved how, like, the game, when I was a kid, the game they called it, the game it's called Top Gun, but like, man, this motherfucker flies like he's blind, dude.
I thought, honestly, the hardest part in that game for me is trying to fucking refuel my goddamn plane. I'm like, that's the impossible shit. And that's probably like some real life impossible shit. Like, I know people do it, but like, that's so hard. It's like, okay, I gotta get this like 1.5-inch PVC pipe hanging out of another plane into my plane while we fly around at 600 miles per hour.
Just people shooting at me and shit.
I hope there's no turbulence and all this other shit going on. But oh boy,
you know the best part is the motherfucker leaves you after like 50 seconds. He's like, man, fuck you, you're on your own.
Yeah, he's like, I can't keep doing this. I'm out. Peace, homie. And then you just die.
You fucking die, dude. It's like, wow, really? They don't even give you a parachute.
I don't know if you guys ever played Top Gun 2, right? So,
no, why would I play Top Gun 2? I played Top Gun 1. I gave it a try.
So Top Gun 2 isn't any better at all, and it might even be worse. But the best part about Top Gun 2 is that there's a 2-player mode. So I never want to see.
A friend can suffer together.
You guys have a dogfight, and you got to shoot each other down. But here's the thing: this should never, ever be in any mystery game tournament or anything of the like. And if it is, always grab player 2 side, because if you're on player 2, you could shoot down the other guy in like 1 second. Like immediately the plane starts taking off, and then he can't do anything about it. Lockdown instantly, and he just fucking dies. It is the worst piece of shit multiplayer ever. You don't have to try. You just unload on that motherfucker. You don't even shoot missiles. Just machine gun, and then he's dead. All of his life's gone. It's just right at the start. You don't even.
Why is this? Because you take off behind him or something?
No, like you guys go like head to head or some shit. You just go, and he's just dead.
Wow.
Like, player 1 can't do shit to get away from him. Yeah, maybe you're behind him, but he dies instantly. Like you don't have to try.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's fantastic.
Well, we can only afford one aircraft carrier, so you got to take off from the same boat.
What an awful piece of trash.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what's happening to our generation. Like Arturo is now your dad.
I just want to point out how we just talk about this awful piece of trash.
Fatherhood to blow up.
They're like, don't we always say, games were much better back then? I guarantee you, we could bring up more points of shitty games way back then than we can now.
Oh easily.
Yeah.
We didn't even touch
And here's the thing: we will love talking about these shitty games, as opposed to now where we hate talking
I did
about
play
these
on
shitty
the
games.
TNC. You don't even know. I
TNC
did. That
is
was
the shit. That is not a bad game. That game's amazing.
I remember playing so many games that people were like, "This game's bad," and looking back on it, be like, "Yeah, this game is bad," but yet somehow I could still go back and enjoy it, as bad as it is. And I can understand.
There's as a cat in a tuxedo.
Because once you get once you get to a certain age, like all the wonderment of anything new is gone, and it's just replaced by, I've done this so many times. There's skepticism and a little bit of loathing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that happens to everybody. It's like so many people always. It always turns out that the people who I know who really love Ocarina of Time is a great example. All played it when they were pretty young, under 16 at least, or about there. Yeah. And I'm like, that game is fucking trash. That game is fucking trash. And they're just like, no, it's the best game ever. And I'm like, okay, look, I played this game at a lot different time than you did, so I'll let you have it.
I played that game when I was maybe about like 8 or 9 years old. That game's trash. Fuck that.
And Anthony just comes in, no, objectively, that game is trash. I'm sorry.
But the problem is that, like, how old were you when you started playing video games, Paul?
4? No,
so
3.
I pretty much started at the same time. Like essentially when I was born, I was pushing buttons and not understanding, but then slowly started grasping concepts. Like, we've been playing games forever, you know? It's been ridiculous how long this shit's been going on.
No, you're right.
And it's just like, it's become so integral to our life that we can, like, I don't know, just like, I kind of probably had the same thing as you. Would be like, yo, I like playing Zelda 1 and 2 and Link's Awakening and Link to the Past, and then Ocarina was just like, it's kind of sluggish. The visuals are really washed out. There's huge like grayness because N64 can't draw things very far, and it just looks kind of bad, and it's really low frame rate, and just a whole bunch of problems with it. Small world. It's like, yeah, it just wasn't good, and I didn't like it.
You know what was good? Super Ninja Boy.
No.
Yes. Yes.
I just like that. No, you're wrong.
It was actually the best action RPG of its time. Thank you.
No, that was Twisted Tales of Spike McFang.
Man, fuck that game. Nobody fucking remembers that shit.
I do.
Of course you do.
The 2-player.
I bet you fucking
play as Rudy after you go to the second.
I bet you also remember fucking Artie Lightfoot and fucking Blues Brothers, even though it never came out, but it was advertised on every Super Nintendo box.
I mean, yeah, but that's not the point.
No, there was definitely a Blues Brothers game.
Was it on Super Nintendo though? Or I don't think it was the one that they kept advertising. Like when SNES first came out, there was like on the back of the box there was just like this huge like collage of games that were gonna come out very soon, as the box said, for the system, and I think about only 6 of them actually dropped publicly. Maybe some of them others dropped and they were quiet about it. But yeah,
I don't remember. I swear I played a Blues Brothers game on the SNES, but I could totally be conflating it. I played a lot of games.
I mean, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure it exists. It's just nobody freaking knew about it.
You know what was a bad game that I played all the time? Super Pitfall for the NES. Oh, babe.
The Mayan Adventure?
Yeah, I think so. That one was just so bad. So god-awful, horrible level design, the way it looked. I don't know how they could make it look worse than regular Pitfall, but somehow they did. And, like, I don't even remember if the gun did anything once you collected it. You got, like, 2 shots, and boy, that game was bad, but I played it a lot.
Anybody remember RoboTruck?
Okay, so we've gone way off topic, just talking about, like, because we started with Street Fighter V, went into Mario Maker, and then talk about people being shit at games. But let's roll this back into Street Fighter V for a second, because I would like to get back on topic, but I do actually have a question, and it does have to do with people's taste in characters,
right?
And games in general. Do you guys want to see Karine come back?
Karine?
Who?
Oh, Karine.
Whatever her name is,
Karine.
I don't know how it's pronounced.
It's Karine.
I think Karine would actually do really well in this game. So
I'm asking, I'm asking based on appearance and gameplay, like whether you want her to come back.
Oh, personally,
yeah.
I think that she'd be really cool. She's an interesting kind of like Rekka, but also slightly grappling kind of character. Like, she has a multitude of things that kind of makes her really well-rounded, despite the whole, Alpha 3 being broken as fuck. But like, it's pretty interesting. I wouldn't mind she coming back, but like, to put this into perspective, I don't think there's really anybody I care about being in Street Fighter V, because I've just been like kind of rolling with it. Like, I don't have really strong feelings about like, oh man, if so-and-so doesn't get in, I'm gonna be mad, or it'd be crazy dope if this person came in. And it's more like I'm like I want rival schools characters, that's never happening, so I'm perfectly content with
Well,
whatever.
the closest thing you would get would be cutting. Damn it.
I mean, not necessarily. Technically, the closest would be Sakura.
What if they give you the?
Yeah,
What if they give you the huge dick over and they're like, you know, you're gonna get Hinata, but she's just a Sakura clone.
Oh man, that would suck.
I mean, that would be really terrible because while appearances are obviously similar, they play like pretty differently, despite also having very similar movesets.
Yeah, like Hinata's a more circumventing kind of character. I would say. At least she is in the first game.
I mean, I'd take Akira or Batsu or.
Well, that is the rumor that was started. Was that Akira would be DLC or pre-order bonus, but obviously, you know, we can't say for sure.
Yeah, I have, like I said, I have zero hopes whatsoever. So, whatever character may come by, I'm just be like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I don't really care. I mean, if Kadin ends up taking a spot from another character that would be, you know, kind of fresh and new to play, I kind of think she could stay out. I don't think she needs to come back for this. Given that they've already brought in Armika, though, it's pretty much highly likely that she could be back in this game.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because, like, Armika was, like, way less popular than Kadin.
So, every character in this game has been an alpha character except for the new ones, haven't they?
I want to say... Well, I mean, it's... Because most of the other characters are, like, standard characters.
Right.
Fuck! What is even the algorithm for that? Like, what is causing that? No goddamn Niner game's on too. Shit. Fuck. Okay.
There you go. Hey, Chris. How's it going, buddy?
Hey, what's up? Hey, I'm back. Yeah.
Hey.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
So, once again, streaming's a blow up.
Streaming, total blow up. We lasted about 20 minutes that time. I think we can go through the rest of the show without it doing it again.
No, we can't.
No.
The real question is, are we going to get blown out more than the Niners? So.
Hey, man, we're not looking like it just started. What are you talking about?
Well, that's the thing. Hopefully we get blown out more than they do because, you know, we haven't gotten too bad, I guess. I mean, it's worse than every other time.
Reggie Bush just ran it on for fucking 10 yards. We're good. Wait, he's starting? What the fuck?
Look, I don't care about the Niners. Let's go back to Street Fighter V.
All right, Street Fighter 5. Anyway,
yeah,
count in fine. Other alpha characters.
We're talking about alpha, and everybody pretty much has been alpha except for the new characters.
Right.
And there's I think there's 11. How many characters are we getting?
16.
Did they said that, or is that what we're all just kind of guessing?
No, they said 16 at launch.
16 at launch.
Okay.
So there are 2 more new characters, and then the rest are going to be returning characters.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I think they're going to
3
fit some
old-
Third Strike characters in there, though.
Do you?
Well,
Because I think
a lot of people want them, but I don't know.
how much you want to bet they'll put in a Third Strike character, and it'll be Yoon, and he was in Street Fighter Alpha 3.
I would be visibly angry at that point.
What if he's
Like-
just like his Street Fighter 4 sprite put in his like Street Fighter
No,
5?
that's what almost all of them are. Like, you look at the characters, they're basically just an updated model of the Street Fighter 4 model. That's it.
I mean, yeah, to update it. But I mean, like, what they
That's
just put
not
like.
fair. Like, somebody's actually gone to the trouble of pointing out how the rigging is completely different for the new models and the textures are better. If they took a side-by-side comparison of 4 Ryu and 5, and it's like night and day.
Is it?
Yeah, it's just pretty far apart. But I'm just saying, what if it's just like Yoon's Street Fighter 4 model and they just put it in there, like they do with
Oh,
all
you
the
mean
games
like
they do.
CVS 2, how it had like Alpha 3 sprites in it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, I'm waiting for the Morrigan reveal where they bring back her old sprite on just a primitive rectangular prism.
So, see, that's not gonna
That
happen
shit
though.
would be
So the Street Fighter Dark Stalkers world don't connect, right? Is that how? It works?
No, it's not true. It does connect. It's
Yeah,
just
I remember.
Damn it.
certain characters talking about Street Fighter characters and stuff.
So this is a possibility. Holy shit.
There's a lot of tangents in between the worlds. So Plasma Sword takes place somewhere in the near the super far Street Fighter universe because Hayato's somehow related to Ryu.
You mean to tell me he has children?
Yeah. Dude, he's sexy Ryu at some point. Who's gonna stop
Who does he have children with? Is it with that bag that he carries around all the time?
Yes.
I mean, that's how Bonus Kun came along. I'm pretty sure that's his child.
All right.
But to answer your question,
Hey man, he gets
Paul,
lonely traveling the world.
I would greatly accept cutting.
Would you?
I honestly never cared for the character personally, but I also don't like Alpha 3, so that probably has something to do with it.
I'd really like her if they do a good job of keeping the characters, like her moveset can do whatever. I'm pretty sure they'd probably just make like, hey, her V skills the counters that she has.
Nah, fuck that. V triggers V-ism. Let's go. Bring it back.
God.
Oh, so she gets
Let's
OTG
not.
360s.
Yeah, dude, let's roll. Glitch that shit.
But the aesthetic for the character was great, and this is one of the concerns that I always bring up, where she had like a bunch of different win poses with her butler. Where you had the butler that was like, hey, he's standing in and fighting, and then he gets beamed in the back of the head, and then Karin comes and joins the fight. Or when she beats your ass so bad that she just strikes a pose and he comes over with like a med kit to heal you up. It's like, yeah, we don't do that anymore. Or we do, and it's the first round win poses which everybody skips.
Yeah.
So it's just might be one of those things that's a loss. So it'd be neat to see her, but
Yeah, I don't feel like the whole like oh god, we gotta have Karin in another game, and that might be because they just refused to use her after Alpha 3, except for like cameo appearances. So
they've gone on record that she is not an original Capcom creation.
Exactly.
She was basically licensed out by manga artist, and who knows if they even want to pay royalties or anything with this game. Like they might just be a huge douche and be like, oh, we introduced an original character, Kareem.
Well, I mean, they did that for Cannon Spike, so
yeah.
But I don't know, because so obviously with her being added in Alpha 3 was because she was a character that was in the Sakura comic, and then they were like, hey, author guy, that character's cool, you mind if we put it in the game? And he was like, okay. And then I hear it's like, oh, we don't want to have all those licensing issues, but I haven't heard them actually just say, hey, let's ask the guy to make a deal. They're probably just more like, fuck it, he might want something out of us, so we're not going to do anything at all.
Like they haven't even approached him, right? They never even approached him.
Yeah, I feel like that they haven't even discussed anything with that guy. They just probably like, he might want a lot of money or something, or I don't know, whatever. I don't give a fuck.
It's not like he's fucking SNK where they're just like, God, we better talk to him first. You heard about what happened to Square Enix?
No, Capcom actually has characters that they don't own in some of their fighting games, and they return in other games. Third Strike is one of them. And
apparently they don't own Rival Schools characters or some bullshit.
Yeah, I was gonna say they kind of don't own some of the Rival Schools.
I could see that actually. I think I don't know who does, but like they just hardly ever use anybody from that series. So
that's again.
It's like EX.
Well, EX, those ones are legitimately owned by the other company.
Yeah. Well, I think they just lost like some of the licensing to some of these characters.
No, those were Arika owned characters.
No, not EX. I'm talking about Rival Schools.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like it's obviously the whole business has gotten to the point where if you don't 100% own your character, you can't use them. Because like back in the day, Capcom didn't give a fuck anyway. Like they were putting like that dude from Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter, like the nerdy guy. Who was based on a real life dude?
Oh, was it Norimaru?
Yeah, something like that. Like they were just like, screw it, it's hilarious, put it in. Can't get away with that no more.
I mean, it's parody. You can probably do it.
Wait, 12 isn't owned by Capcom?
Got me. I don't know.
Gibby.
He's gone.
Gibby's dead.
Oh, it's his turn, huh?
I honestly can't say if they're not. If anything, they might avoid doing Q, at least in his current way, because how close. Yeah. Which is one of those things, like, come on, you guys have Yin and Yang in there, and it's like, we all watch Gundam, like.
Well, I mean, you guys remember Cannon Spike, right? The top-down shooting game? and how they had Simone in there, who essentially was just Lin Kurosawa, but with a shorter haircut and darker complexion. Like, that was the only difference. I mean, I can see them just doing that shit again and be like, fuck it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I would not be mad if Simone showed up instead of Kurosawa at any point. I'd be like, cool, the character's back.
I'm down with it. I'd like
hog form.
Take that, big face.
God, this has been...
So now I'm Prune Tracy. Oh, boy.
This has been a great episode.
Yeah,
this truly highlights all around.
This really makes up for being pissed off all day. So
actually, there was something Chris and I were talking about the other day that I feel kind of needs bringing up since we're talking about returning characters.
Mm-hmm.
How people get uptight for people being excited for characters like Armika.
Oh.
Where when they were like, "Oh, y'all never played her in 3 or in Alpha 3," and it's like, yeah, maybe they just really enjoyed the character. Like, you're over here on your high horse. Like, what's the point? What are you getting from it? Let people enjoy stuff. Like, everyone that's like, everyone.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Fucking shit! Shut up, Tony.
Tony, are you excited for Alex? The idea of Alex being in 5?
I think it'd be cool, but I really don't.
Where the fuck were you in the streets, huh? Where were you in '99, huh? Were you out there powerbombing dudes?
I mean, I think I was.
Tell me which game he got headbutt in.
I don't know, but I do remember.
When did he get DDT?
Street Fighter 3.
When did Down Fierce in the air flatten you instead of actually juggle?
Look, shut the fuck
So
up.
you about to say?
Impact, I bet.
This guy's fucking like Bill O'Reilly when it comes to Alex, man.
Shut the fuck up. Am I right?
Well, nobody heard what you said, actually.
Yeah, that's right. You didn't hear what I'm saying, because nobody fucking hears what I have to say.
Got him!
Like, dude, Chris and I
Oh, fuck, what the hell?
Am I just gonna...
Sorry, go ahead. Just...
It's just like, am I supposed to be there just throwing side eye to everyone that's like, yeah, I'm really excited for Alex. He's my favorite character ever. I'm like, How many top 8s at Evil did you take him to? That's what I thought.
Nobody gives a shit about your top 8. You don't even have a medal.
It's in the mail, dude. But, you just let people enjoy stuff. Like, there was one person out here that played Armika.
No, nobody can enjoy anything. This is fighting games.
Oh, okay, fine.
Like I said, again, I don't really care. If people want to play Armika, that's cool, whatever. She actually looks good in this game, so, we'll see how that turns out, because it's definitely not even out yet, and she'll probably end up being shit or something like that. Combo Fiend will make her look too good, and then she'll get over-nerfed, just like fucking She-Hulk and shit, right? Oh boy, am I the dead one now?
No, we're just not.
I'm fucking dead. They fucking blocked the field goal and had a
Chris is
fucking 60-yard return off a blocked field goal. What the fuck?
It's the Niners. Let it go.
Jesus.
But like, okay, so I want to go back to what I was talking about earlier about the whole alpha game. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Alpha. So with that, I was thinking. So Street Fighter 4 was kind of like the return to Street Fighter 2, right? Where they wanted to go back. So Alpha obviously came out after 2. So is this going to be like the Street Fighter Alpha game, like the new Alpha or whatever, where things are kind of more unique, these new characters and all these things? So are we going to have to wait until 6 until we get like actual like Third Strike shit to go down?
No, because there's only been 3 explicitly Alpha characters in the game so far.
I know that, but every character has been in Alpha, and we haven't had a character that's been revealed that hasn't been in Alpha.
They've also all been in 4.
So what? Not Birdie.
Yeah, wasn't he the big one?
The big one. You mean the earthquake back in fucking '89, whatever?
Yeah,
the
dude.
big one.
The big one.
I don't know. I think it'll be interesting to see what the final returning characters are. I mean, I want to see if that list holds true, because according to that list, it's Alex.
The remaining ones were Alex, Yuri, and 2 new characters, and
Yuri. Yeah, that's right.
I forget what the last returning character was.
And Julian? Julian's gonna be in the game?
Yes, yeah. His name was officially supposed to be Julian, and English happened.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about.
Julia.
Just like Yuria from Hokuto no Ken.
You mean Julia?
Exactly.
What the fuck?
Or Yuta. Good old Yuta.
It's supposed to be Judas.
It's The darn
But
Jays.
yes.
They can't shoot the J. I don't know why they're playing Johnny out there.
If that holds, it'll be an interesting cast. I still have the problem, unless one of the new characters really looks interesting, I still have the problem. I do not give a shit about anybody in Street Fighter V.
Yeah, I think Street Fighter's in that sad position where they're kind of just selling. Fuck you, Minnesota!
All right, so
How do you miss that fucking field goal?
That's the same way I feel about Street Fighter 5.
Exactly.
How
So,
did you miss that field goal?
here's another thing that I would like to talk about, along with obviously Armika and other characters. So every character seems to be fairly unique, to some regard. Obviously, we still have our Ken and Ryu, but they
even
are
then
trying to
they're-
differentiate very much how they play.
Yeah.
Tools might seem similar, but that's kind of like the whole Ryu Sakura shit. Like, yeah, they were similar, but they had their own style. And this is kind of more of a jump off from the usual thing. So with that, obviously certain archetypes are being hit. With the inclusion of a full grappler like Armika, do you think that there won't be another one such as Alex, or Alex kind of be more of a?
Alex
don't
has never
know.
been a full grappler.
I know that, but you know how he's kind of more of like the big lumbering kind of style.
He's never been a big lumbering character.
Shut the fuck up! Have you not seen his fucking quads and shit?
Yeah, and he's actually pretty mobile.
I
was
well,
thinking,
is-
do you think that with the inclusion of characters such as Birdie or Armika, that would kind of forfeit Alex?
No.
You don't think it would take away anything from the chance of him being in the game?
Because the thing is, all right, let's look at it this way. We don't have no idea what the hell they're going to do with the character
that's
if he's
the
there.
thing.
It's like we could say that they make Alex to be...
Fuck! Son of a bitch!
That's going to be interesting. Like, I honestly can't picture what they would do with the character. There's stuff that they've done in 4 that they've applied to other characters. They can probably apply to Alex, like fucking the DDT that they introduced in 4, catches jumpers.
Mhm.
That would have been perfect in Third Strike. He needed it because it makes it so you have to sit there and respect both of the threats of either overhead or unblockable high only throw. When everyone can just jump away, you're kind of like,
Yeah.
So if they make it,
No, keep going.
yes, if they make it, you can't jump out. That'll be interesting. But we already have the sort of like Beowulf-esque mechanic in Armika with her V skill, where she can amp up her throw damage, which is very Third Strike taunt-esque because Hugo can do that. So they're probably not going to go with that full wrestling gimmick. And we've talked about this before, how Alex is kind of like a send-up to, despite being based on Hogan, he's got a lot of, Japanese wrestling gimmicks to him.
Just like strong style stuff.
Yeah, so much strong style stuff. Like, you have the chops, you have the flying cross chop, you have the 2 boots. Like, this is all strong style stuff. What if they go into that regard? Like, what if he just suddenly comes out with, a raptor and a huge sword?
He just turns
And
into
just
Okada.
money's falling from the sky.
Yeah.
So, well, not so much exactly like thematically. I was thinking what would be an interesting V trigger for him would be like, a power-up mode or whatever. But what it would do is, since, he had certain moves that would set people up for being thrown, it'd be cool if it kind of gave you, like, a Third Strike S cancel, but, like, you could do maybe, like, the dashing elbow and then actually be able to combo into power bomb or something like that. Like, it would allow you to hit people that are in hit stun and grab them, like, from hit stun.
It would be better if Alex were in the game. His V skill, he actually turns into a good character and becomes a 98 Diamond.
Damn.
Oh no, it'd be even better if he had his V skill and you hit it and then he just turns into Street Fighter 2 Guile.
I think the actual big question for me is, even if Alex is in the game, will there be like a real full grappler in the game?
Apparently, Armika is supposed to be. But
Nah.
Yeah, judging by the videos, she does not look like a full grappler.
Nah.
She doesn't
Neither
have
does Birdie
instant
either
grabs.
so far.
Yeah,
I mean,
Birdie
I think
definitely
Birdie might
isn't.
be supposed to be the closest, but
Like, in all honesty, from watching the game, it doesn't seem like there's going to be any full grappler at all.
If anything,
which is
they
kind of
might
an
just-
interesting thing, but I think it is probably better overall for the game's balance.
They're probably going with like the sort of SNK route where like let's just give everybody a command throw. I mean,
Yeah.
Vega has one now.
Yeah,
you're
I mean
right.
that's kind of cool because
And you can
yeah.
combo into some command grabs in this game now. What the hell?
Oh
Yeah.
shit, that's true.
That's not Capcom. What the hell is that shit?
So
Oh, that's from that Pachinko making company.
when's Clark?
Oh boy,
I think Armika is Clark.
but that's
Wow.
exactly
Clark
it,
Mika.
like,
Clark Mika. Oh shit.
why when we say full grappler, what generally that means is instant grab and then lack of tools. So I kind of like the idea that the full grappler doesn't exist because you could have so much more. You
Right.
shouldn't have to be stuck in this guy grabs.
Well,
like, that's
look at
the thing.
the thing is like look what they did with Zangief, right? Like they for the longest time he was full grappler, and then they gave him green hand, and all of a sudden it was like, hey, he's got some sort of mobility kind of now, and he wouldn't have lasted this long if he didn't get it. So I think the ultimate evolution of the grappler is something that leans more towards like Raiden.
Yeah.
Somebody
No,
who
I
can
think
get
you're
in.
probably right. I
And that's
think
fun.
that. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say. I mean, look at like grapplers in Guilty Gear. You have what, Potemkin, and even then, he has like one grab.
Soul's also a grappler, you idiot.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Jesus.
What was I thinking?
Well,
Throw.
I think if you look at it from the perspective in Gear, you have an imposed limitation on the character in its mobility. So Potemkin cannot air dash and cannot ground dash, but he
Right.
has a move that can circumvent the ground dash with Hammerfall. Then he has Hammerfall cancel. But Hammerfall in and of itself, without the cancel, is really bad on block.
Yep.
So that's always been the design. It's like you can fish with this because you can armor through one big hit and get a knockdown, or maybe a combo on counter hit. Or you use it to inch closer and closer until you're in grab range, and then they're worried about either Heat Knuckle or Potemkin Buster.
Right.
So so far there isn't a character like that where he's just designed to be like, I'm going to put you in a sort of can situation over and over again of me being in your business up close.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he doesn't have just Buster and fucking Heat Knuckle and Hammerfall. He also has Flick and fucking head slide and all this other shit. Yeah, fucking he has all these other tools as well. Sure, he has limited in other things, but he isn't just I can grapple and I have one move that makes me advance. No, he has a culmination of tools that help him do a multitude of things and deal with things. While it might not be the best or most ideal choices, it is something to help. And that's why I think the idea of a full grappler is kind of just like he's got grab, and then this one also grabs, and he gets fucked by other things.
I think maybe the idea of full grappler is somewhere in the past at this point because games have too many systems. Like you couldn't make a character in Guilty Gear that was a full grappler. Literally, I mean, as bad as Potemkin is, at least he can compete.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he's only bad in this version relative to everybody else.
Right. Like the idea
like
of
he's ever
SF2 Geef
Yeah.
being in any type of game now is just unfathomable.
Yeah. At least give him like
you
mobile
literally
area.
couldn't play. So
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking like, is a full grappler what obviously what we think now somewhat incorrect, an incorrect term as the evolution of fighting games
as
have
we've
gone.
been talking about it, I guess you're probably right. I guess that there is no such thing anymore. I think everything is a bit of a hybrid now. I think they have to be.
But I mean, even then, full grappler should also probably be like also has tool to deal with this kind of shitty thing.
Hey man.
Yeah.
It's MMA, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good point.
So,
But-
even if someone is the grappler character, full grappler probably shouldn't just also mean
Just
SF2
since-
Keith.
Just since we have a few minutes, not too much left, and we were talking about Guilty Gear, I do want to bring up that the upcoming Team Stickbug on October 3rd, because it's going to be kind of an interesting, a major development for them. They're going to be flying 4 players out from across the country to play in some cases BB as well as Xrd, but they're using money from Biscuit's subscriptions on Twitch and sales from the Unga t-shirt along with a undisclosed amount donation from Florida LFL player Hotashi to just fly these players out to participate in the tournament. And it's a one-day event. It's not like a big, 2-day, 3-day major or anything like that. But they just wanted to do this to actually kind of bring a higher profile to Team Stickbug and just kind of do it. So I think it's really cool. They're going to be flying out Nakiel from Seattle. Let's see, GC Yoshi from NorCal, Kid Viper from Texas, and Black Snake from Chicago.
Nice.
So, and then I know that Beautiful Dude actually raised money on his stream a couple days ago, so he's going to be going. And I know some other players are trying to go too. It's going to be pretty much a national tournament. And it's going to be really cool. And this was all just something that they wanted to do to sort of just bring more people to play their scene. And I don't know. I just thought it was a really cool idea.
Yeah, I mean, that's really great. Think about it. It's like we're going to have a little bit of representation from most areas at this event. But at the same time, East Coast probably doesn't even really get to play as many of these people. And, these people get to play East Coast nearly as much. So it'll be a great way to, kind of see different styles of, the region to kind of like all get together and learn more about the whole game in general. And yeah, I mean, why not, right?
Well, it kind of goes back to what I was talking about right around Evo and before and after Evo about the scene, the air dash scene becoming closer. Like people are more willing to help each other out. There's been a lot of working together with other scenes, and it's just a good thing to see because it makes me feel like we're able to start getting that exposure to other players and to other styles that'll allow us to compete at a higher level in general. Because we've talked about Street Fighter getting better over the last few years. Of course, Japan and Asia in general are, they have the best players in the world still, for the most part. But we've stepped up as a scene because everybody gets to play each other more. And now we're going to be able to see that a little bit more with Xrd and BlazBlue, at least, I hope. So that's kind of what I think.
No, sounds like a good time.
Yeah, I'm really hoping it turns out well. So, and meanwhile, we're also starting to possibly work on a small regional event out here in SoCal too.
Oh yeah.
Which will probably be based on the Curly Mustache Marvel Tournament series, but I don't want to go too much into details about how we're doing it yet because nothing is set in stone.
The only thing we can tell you is that y'all better bring your singles because me and Tony going to take your money and CeeLo out back by the dump.
So I'm going to roll so many bones you'd think there's a fucking skeleton up in there. Holy shit.
God, that's an evil laugh.
God.
It's just me and Chris rolling, fucking me and Tony rolling people up in CeeLo, and Chris is on the back, like next to the dumpster, like petting a cat, laughing maniacally.
There's just an empty Domino's box. You guys are just throwing dice in out back.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But hopefully we get something together here in SoCal. It'd be nice to have just a small regional tournament that we could get the biggest players from out here to sort of do like what they're doing in Team Stickbug. We don't have the money to fly people out.
Yeah.
But it'd be cool to, at least get like Arizona and Nevada and NorCal. And PNW has shown some interest. I honestly think it'd be cost prohibitive for them to come down. But hey, if they want to, I'm more than willing to let them. So
I could totally fly myself out.
I mean, I'm hoping you come.
I hope I am too, but we'll see how things go.
Yeah, I know. So
Tony, can you fly me out?
No. I mean, I could, I guess.
This would be the big shot over here, man.
I'm just not going to.
Oh!
Body.
Oh, also, we have a United Dogfight this weekend. So if you're around here, I think that's going to be pretty much everybody from West Coast having some representation at Dogfight. So
nice.
That should be cool.
I know I think a bunch of SoCal Guilty guys are going up for that, actually.
Yeah, there's usually a pretty big turnout from SoCal and Pacific Northwest for these, so that's nice. I won't be able to go, of course, because I work, but
Dogfight always tends to do pretty well. It's always weird to see who doesn't show from NorCal for certain dogfights, because it'll be like some of the good players, but not all the good players ever. It's a weird thing.
Oh, no, trust me, I know. Yeah.
Actually, mentioning events, since we have a couple minutes left, Chris,
Oh boy.
Isn't there a Texan event that's coming up? It's pretty important for one key reason.
Oh my god! All right, so Absolute Battle is a Texas regional that is going to be taking place on September 25th to the 27th. If you've never heard of it, don't feel bad because I hadn't either before last week. The reason why it's caught my eye and the eye of pretty much everybody else in the NorCal Capcom scene is because there is going to be a fairly storied money match between one Crack Fiend versus what the fuck's that guy's name again?
That guy from Texas.
That guy from Texas. Some guy from Texas. All right, so this is kind of a long story. I might have to continue this in next week's episode. It's basically a lesson in there's some people you just can't talk shit to in this scene. Not because they're assholes,
Apparently
but just
it's
because
Tommy Guns.
It's Tommy Guns. Tommy Guns. Tommy Guns was the one talking shit. So originally there was a thread in NorCal's fighting game community discussion Facebook page, whatever you want to call it, and they were discussing something, and then along starts LPN ended up getting into it with this gentleman about I don't know, something. The thread has since been deleted. It happened before Evo. It doesn't fucking matter now. Midway through this thread, somebody named Tommy Guns chimes in to say something. And for some reason, Anthony, or Crack Fiend, he just felt like he had to just take off the shirt to reveal, the red letter S, and just say, no, I got to defend the scene,
Mm-hmm.
And so he says, what the fuck are you talking about? And, they start going back and forth about who's going to do what to each other and in the game, of course. And Crack Fiend says, hey, why don't we play for money? And this led to another exchange. Different numbers were discussed. And at the end of the day, Tommy Guns backed out because he was fucking full of shit. So, fast forward to last week, Crack Fiend starts up another thread where he literally says, motherfucker. I should just finish the story on my own. Just that's how I should close the show. Just finish the story.
He continues. He
Fucking
says motherfucker.
shit.
He says motherfucker, and that's it. It ends.
Are you back?
Yes.
All right, finish that off for us.
Yo, we only got 6 minutes. Come on, you're
Come on,
you're
man.
running up against the time. How much time do we drop before
All right.
we get there?
So Crack Fiend made a thread where he stated that, hey, I just heard this guy Tommy Guns is going to Absolute Battle, and I'm gonna fucking catch a flight down there and beat his ass. So everybody was just all over that shit, and
Because the one point for that is that the dude Tommy Guns did the classic bailout of let's decide on an amount of money, right?
yeah,
So then he does the up the ante in the
Right.
I'm gonna spook this guy into backing out of the money match.
Yeah.
And come on, it's Crack Fiend. The dude's not gonna back down.
no, Crack Fiend's paid. He's good.
Yeah, he's good, and I'm pretty sure there's people in NorCal that would finance him otherwise.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
So, it comes to the whole thing where the guy just basically does the classic secondary backup of I don't travel.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that,
that
right?
was the thing. Because we wanted to do this at HodoCon, and he suddenly
They hit him. Well, I ain't gonna see you there because I got this real life shit. I'm flying out to HodoCon.
exactly. The motherfucker's all like, "Oh, I ain't going to HodoCon. What the fuck is that shit? Come to Texas." And it's like, what the fuck for?
So okay, Crack Fiend's going to Texas now.
Yeah,
or is he just saying he is?
Crack Fiend is going to Texas. He's buying a plane ticket. Him and Nasser are going to be going to Absolute Battle. I don't know who else is going to this thing.
So is
but
he
those
gonna
two are
play
going.
this dude, or is what's gonna happen?
So here's the best thing. Here's what caught my attention is that I saw rumblings of it, and I started talking to Chris about it a bit, and I got caught up. And then suddenly, some of the people that do Absolute Battle in terms of running the stream or the organization basically started saying, "Who wants to see this match streamed?"
Oh, Panda.
Yeah,
Panda X Gaming.
Panda X
Yeah,
Gaming.
I started seeing that, and I'm like, I'm doing the Birdman hand rub. My hands together, tomfoolery. Please put this on my TV screen.
So Are they gonna play? Was it agreed upon?
They're gonna play. Basically, all they wanted to know, like all the organizers wanted to know, was if Crack Fiend was for sure coming, and he told them like, I'm gonna fucking be there. Tommy Guns is of course coming because it's his backyard. If he backs out now,
I think he was actually already gonna be in one of their matches too.
Yeah,
like one of their exhibition matches.
Right. So now he got a real match.
So, just in the last couple minutes that we have, so we know this match is gonna happen, right?
Right.
Somebody posted up the other day a video that had Chris and me dying because it was a showcase of the Tommy Guns quality of play that we get to see, right? And I don't even need to link the video to you. I can just describe it vividly. In that the dude is playing Hakan and is just doing reversal ultra at all times versus perpetually jumping opponents, right? And he's fighting a Dudley in this clip, and the dude gets hit by a reversal ultra trying to do a combo. This kind of stuff happens.
Yeah.
And the best thing is the people commentating the match are just pointing out like, "Yo, this is some scrub shit," and they're not. There's no qualms about this, right? They're just calling it what it is.
Yeah.
And the best part is at some point, Tommy Guns is on the offensive, and the Dudley does reversal ultra, and the guy just says, "Ah, yes," his opponent turning it down a notch. So the video ends.
That's an amazing call. Whoever made that call.
Whoever said that is a genius. I really want to know who that was because that was the most apt description of the level of play.
You're like, whoa. I see what's going on here. Wake up ultras. All right, let me adjust my dial a little bit.
I can throw my brain outside too. Look.
Yeah, let me set the shit to 4 right now. Like I was at 10. Let me bring it down a few.
Hold on. I was drinking a fine beer, but we're doing high life. All right, let me get my 40 out.
So the video ends with Tommy Guns losing, and there's a voiceover of him being interviewed, basically, where he's just like, "Yeah, man, those kind of players make me salty. You know, they're just so random that you can't read them." It's like this dude saying this shit.
Like this dude's just like jumping and shit all the fucking time. How am I supposed to do anything against that? I'm like, what?
I started thinking about that.
Maybe he can never beat Mike Ross. He can never beat Mike Ross.
I was thinking about it. I'm like, this guy's talking about how he hates random players, right? And I was like, he's all right, so he's scrubby, but that doesn't mean he's random. That means he's consistent in his wake up ultras. This man is tried and true as the river runs. Tommy Guns. He is gonna wake up ultra.
He's got it down to a science.
Yeah, he's gonna do it. So this is the match that I'm looking forward to. Like, Absolute Battle was not on my radar in any way, shape, or form until I started catching wind of this, and now I am like basically living for this. Like,
yeah, this is.
I need to see this match happen. Like.
Fiend, which most likely will happen, just runs ripshot on this guy. He apparently will be talking shit the entire time to him while he's doing it. And in the off chance that Tommy Guns wins, I mean, like you couldn't pin this situation better.
I don't know. I don't even know if he can win, man, because I know Crack Fiend can turn it down a notch too.
Oh yeah, like. Crack Fiend. We've all seen the match with him against Marn. That was
he turned it down every notch.
Yeah, man, that shit was like -8.
Okay, well. Apparently, this guy also plays Seth, so...
Oh, God. It won't matter. I believe in Crack Fiend.
I'll say this, though. Like, having talked shit to Crack Fiend myself, not knowing who he was, the back and forth is hilarious with that dude.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping... More than anything,
if he wins, I believe that the pop-off will be glorious.
Oh, he's gonna...
I really hope, more than anything, more than the quality of the match, I hope that Tommy Guns, he's obviously talks. He's got opinions. He said what he thinks of random players. Can he do that mid-match?
Probably not. Most people can't.
Man, if he could dance and talk, like, I'd be rooting for Tommy Guns.
I mean, he might be able to walk away from the stick.
Dang.
Yeah.
So... All right, it is about that time, y'all. Do we have anything? Last thought, final thoughts, Jerry Springer style.
I mean, I would love to say more things, but I can't think of it, and I think my rage has subsided about video games for a second. So,
I think that maybe even if you started to, Chris would drop about 3 or 4 more times, so you probably wouldn't get it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank Skype for being an amazing pile of garbage, and I'd like to thank Twitch for dropping on us.
We hit all the highlights today.
Yeah, like
Twitch. Thanks to Twitch for turning it down a notch.
Like Chris dropped, I dropped, Twitch dropped. It's been a good show.
I'm gonna, if I ever make an intro for this show. It's probably just going to be based on this episode alone.
I already told you this episode is going to be titled "The Show That Sucked." So that's just going to be it.
It's not going to be Prune Face or Prune
Tracy.
It's not going to be surrounded by 20 guys.
Zordon, just over and over again. All right, everybody. Thanks for bearing with us on this herky-jerky episode of Desperation Radio.
Oh, actually, I forgot to mention one thing. Did I mention these?
Stop that.
Damn it!
Not going to work on me, Alex. Thanks, everybody, listening. So, from everybody here, good night and good luck.